No, it's all good. No, I just thanks to everyone, and particularly you, Manny.
You got your sponsors you want to give a shout out
Yeah, I got
to?
sponsors.
Yeah, do it.
I got a board sponsor called 4Play Bodyboards. They helped me out since the start, and Junes, and a little brand name Iron Nun, who support a lot of guys and make good, great clothing like the stuff I got on, and keeps me popular.
So there you have it, Dallas Singer once again for hanging out. And coming up next, we have Heat number 3 in round number 3. 3-man, 2 guys advancing, 1 guy get knocked out. And here's another look. What's out in the water? Who is out in the water? In red, you're going to see from Maui. This is Jacob Romero. He is psyched. He is pumped. He has made it out of the trials and now gets to compete here at the box. He is looking good. Chase O'Leary, he's out there. He will be in the white jersey. And the young gun, Lewy Finnegan. And look at this, right off the bat in the white jersey, it is Chase O'Leary drawing first blood.
Yeah, g'day everyone. How you all going? I'm Ben here. Thanks for the introduction, Dallas. And yeah, we just saw Chase getting a nice little starter. The kind of position you always want to be in when you start a heat is getting one straight off the bat. Puts you in pretty good stead for building on that score from then on. And look at that nice little barrel, little spit. Box is pretty good for that with spits. Like you can get a kind of average wave and it will just spit its guts out and it feels amazing. To the viewers, to the viewers that haven't had that kind of experience back home or whatever, it's probably one of the best experiences you can have because it hits you with all this force and all this power and you kind of lose control with it. Oh, here we got J-Rom just happened in the middle of the play. Nice little section. He's probably looking for a good flip. Unfortunately, Mr. Lippy came over and nailed him, but that's still a pretty good roll. Not a bad start again, like Chase. Good to get one underneath your belt and build off that score. But yeah, like Manny, I was listening to you guys talking about the 3-man heats before and how that's going to feel going up in a competition like that. I mean, it's amazing. I haven't had that experience of surfing a 3-man heat ever. And it's almost like just having a man-on-man heat, but just another guy in there. And top 2 placings go through. So it's almost like a man-on-man heat, but the odds are a little bit better. Oh, here we go. Who is that? In blue, we've got Lewy Finnegan, local lad, again, trying to get one underneath his belt. But I'm not sure if that wave was that good. You can kind of see the wind kind of coming in a little bit and ruffling up a lot of the lip lines, which is a bit of a shame because box, when you get to see it early in the morning with it when it's perfect and the offshores is hitting it, and it's got that nice glass look. It's such a beautiful kind of look, isn't it, Manny?
Well, today we woke up and didn't know what to expect until you got to the beach and slide offshore, not a cloud in the sky, 4 to 5 foot box. I mean, now let me ask you this. When it gets bigger,
Hang on, here we go. What?
Live action.
Yeah, so we got
harsh
Chase
landing.
O'Leary, again, looking to build on his scores. He looks like he's going to milk this the whole way through. We've seen a lot of guys kind of trying to use that strategy. You can get another point or 2 in there by doing a little flip or something like that. But again, I don't think that'll be a very high-scoring wave. What you really want to try and look for earlier on in the heat is you want to get a solid base, like about a 7 plus. And if you can so here we go. We got Chase driving into the bottom turn. He was actually probably looking for a flip, but it came over a little bit quick. It's still a nice roll, though, nice and clean, big air roll. Judges have a tendency to kind of like those. Anything that's clean and out of the lip, they kind of tend to like. So it'll be a nice little score. I'd say mid kind of range. But like I was saying earlier, you want to try and look for something in the higher range. So for someone like myself, I'll just keep repeating and repeating. Oh, here we go. We got blue. This is non-stop action. Lewy Finnegan taking off. Nice little barrel. It's going to be hard to push through. Ooh, unlucky Lewy. Yeah, that's a bit tough. Mr. Lippy got him again. That's one of the downfalls of box. Oh, no way. J-Rom. Good little late drop. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to come out of that. It's a hard little wave to make. Again, like Mr. Lippy got him, it's a little crumble section. It's a little patch of reef just sitting to the edge.
So are these guys sitting too deep? I mean, you just saw the last 2 waves from Lewy and Jacob.
Yep.
Are they sitting too deep?
I don't think it's that they're sitting too deep. It's probably just that they're catching waves in such quick succession that they're not actually getting a chance to get back out to the peak and getting that momentum on the takeoff to be able to drive through it. They're probably taking off halfway through, and unfortunately, it stands up pretty quickly there, and you rarely get the speed and drive that you need to be able to make it. So it's one of those weird things. Like you want to actually take off deeper out here to get more speed and drive through it. If you take off on the shoulder, it makes it a lot harder to kind of make. A lot of waves are kind of like that. Like waves like, oh, look at the boys, little fatties, eh? Shaggy in the background. No, the attention's not on you, Shaggy. So there we got Scott Rigby, Joe Clark, Tom Rigby, Michael Novi, and Wayne Shaggy Gardner from the IBA. Look at him go, hey?
Yeah, well, if you haven't checked out the Shaggy Show, he does have his own playlist on the IBA World Tour YouTube channel. Check out some of Shaggy's pretty cool self-edited video clips. Pretty awesome. The Shaggy Show.
He's got a great sense of humor. It's quite dark, and hopefully a lot of people get it. I definitely get it. It's a funny kind of sense of humor. I think a lot of people don't really know how to take it. What do you reckon, Manny?
Well, they got to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not
right.
out there to offend anybody. He's out there to have a good time. So
there
you have it. Out in the water currently in heat number 3, round number 3, we have in red Jacob Romero, in white Chase O'Leary, and in blue Lewy Finnegan.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably thinking, okay, we're probably 10 minutes into the heat. How much time are we into it? Sorry, just time's updating there. We're 5 minutes into the heat. They're probably thinking I need to try and get a bit more of a consistent, bigger wave, something I can try and get a good score on to build on. Like I said, I'll go out there and I'll try and just get repetitious and just get a good score. Once I get like a 7-point ride or something like that, then you can kind of get a bit more patient and wait on that and try and build from that. It's like building a house. You want to make sure your foundations are really strong, and then you build a nice little beautiful palace on top of that. But if your foundations aren't there, Manny, you're going to fall and it's going to topple over, kind of like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And that's not a good look. I mean, it doesn't look too good unless something's dead straight, does it? Hey?
Well, I like to throw out questions to our viewers who have this little side window open.
Oh, Lewy Finnegan.
Let's take another look.
Having a good little shot at that one. That's pretty nice. He's got a good line. He's got good chance coming out of that. Oh, Mr. Lippy again. Damn you, Mr. Lippy. I hate you. Oh, no. J-Rom taking off late. That's a good line he's got. That's a really good line. Just hit that little step, and unfortunately a bit too deep. Geez, it's tough conditions out there. And again, like what I was talking about, Mr. Lippy, which you see right there.
Yep.
Little bugger of a thing, isn't it? I've quite often thought, I've actually tried to get Ryan Hardy to get a big block of dynamite and stick it in there and blow up that reef right there. I don't know how all the environmental people would react to that, but...
That would be a full incognito, low-profile operation late at night for sure.
Yeah, that's right, hey. Yeah, but Box is an amazing wave. It's one of the better waves you could probably get for bodyboarding because it's pretty short, pretty steep. You can get a lot of speed, a lot of drive through the pocket, and it's also got a really nice air section. So, if you have a surf out there, you kind of feel like you're getting the whole plethora of variety of conditions. You know, you're getting air bowls, you're getting barrels, you're getting everything. You're getting spitting tubes, and that's my favourite kind of wave. Here we got the boys paddling. I can't really see. We got Lewy Finnegan having a paddle, nice little drive down it, good barrel. Oh, that was a nice roll.
Almost
pretty good.
Caught in the lip, but able to come through and pull that off, Lewy Finnegan.
That's right, Lewy Finnegan. He's a really good bodyboarder. I mean, he's one of the young guys kind of emerging from Australia. Really talented. There's a bunch of guys out there that are, around that age bracket, and they're ripping. And here we got Lewy driving into it with a lot of style and finesse and a nice roll. He was hoping he got a little bit higher off that, but it was still really stylish and nice. I think, for me, Manny, I really love a nice, clean El Rollo. It's something that's quite overlooked within bodyboarding. People think it's, it's old school and stuff like that. But if it's done correctly, I think it's a beautiful move. It's kind of like, it's semi-old school in a way, and you kind of feel like you're kind of retro surfing a little bit, But it's cool.
Well, who does the best rolls on your list?
Right now, I'd say, Mitch Rollins does the best rolls. He does this nice, clean drive into it and follows that the whole way through. I mean, we saw one yesterday that he did off virtually nothing. It was this really kind of loopy rotation. It was beautiful. And then for me, when I was growing up, I was watching Mike Stewart, at Pipe, and some of the stuff he was doing out there. There was this one, it's probably the best El Rollo I've ever seen, and it's a massive wave of pipe, and he goes straight for so long and just holds that line and just goes straight and banks the whole way up vertically through the section. And he's climbing this face for 10 feet, going dead straight, almost stagnant. And then he gets to the top and just rolls it. And that's beautiful. That's total dedication.
If the viewers want to see that wave, where can they hunt it down?
I'm sure if you typed in Pipeline Masters or something like that of the early 90s, it might come up, or even late 80s. I wouldn't have a clue. I haven't watched it in many years. Here we got the boys paddling. They're trying to take off on that deep little wedge over there and get a nice little backdoor pit before doing a move. Preferably, the best wave you can catch out there is catching the side wedge on the inside. Much like where Chase is right here. We got Chase taking off, trying to look for a barrel, and then probably a flip out. That was nice.
No.
Oh, that's
Digs the rail.
Really hard thing about Box is that it loses a lot of power as you kind of coming off the end of the wave there. The wave just goes into deep water, and unless you land something technically perfectly, you're going to come off. It's going to push you off the side or off the back of the wave because it doesn't have the power and force to propel you forward. So we've seen it a lot through the last couple of days out here where guys have gone really big and they've landed quite hard and they just get bounced off the side and the judges don't count that as a kind of make, or you get judged down for it. And here we got J-Rom paddling, probably thinking the same kind of thing. It's a nice short little peak. Nice barrel, J-Rom. Nice, mate. That's nice. Oh, yeah, just chucks in a little rollo for a couple of extra points. That's pretty good. In red, we got Jacob Romero. So now we've got, before those heat scores are about to drop, we got Chase O Leary in the lead. He's winning by 0.2. Lewy Finnegan in second place, and he needs a 5.21, which is a pretty small score. That's very achievable. And then we got Jacob Romero in 5.5. Both those scores are highly attainable out there for both those guys and everyone out there. I mean, J-Rom's last wave of 5.5, you might even get that. That was a pretty good little barrel that he got. And Lewy Finnegan as well. Like, it's... And then, here we got, oh my God, Lewy Finnegan paddling. This is a bomb. This is a bomb. Look at this thing. It's going to go nice and wide, and it's going to spit hard. Well done, Lewy. Nice roll out. Well done, brother.
There it is.
Oh, plover. That was really nice. Well done, Lewy. I dare say he would have got the 5.21 to push him up into the lead of that. But, I'm not a judge, and I'm not sure what their perspective is like. But that was a set wave. Executed it perfectly, so that was nice. Maybe could have been a little bit deeper from the peak. Oh, here we got Chase paddling. That's a nice one as well. It's going to step out nicely. Good little shocky ride. Nice spit. Nice and deep. And he claimed it. Nice one, Chase. Yeah, a couple of little extra points. Maybe a little 0.2 extra for the claim. What do you reckon?
Yeah, right.
There was a couple of years back that all the riders were actually starting.
Hold that thought for a second. We do have Shaggy downstairs with the winner of the last heat. Shaggy, where you at?
Hey guys, I'm down here with one of Bodyboard King's team riders for the Bodyboard King post-heat interview. Jones Russell, congratulations.
Thanks, Shaggy. Stoked to win.
Yeah, you're very stoked out there, Hal. Just been watching so many good waves coming by. It's pretty hard to even stand here doing this. We just keep on turning around. But you were pretty happy on one wave you made, hey?
Yeah, I got one barrel out there. I hadn't had many, and then I just got that one and went over a little step in the barrel, and I was stoked, but probably didn't deserve a claim, but I didn't care.
If it feels good, do it, huh?
Yeah. So that's for the ones, everyone watching at home.
Well, there you go. And congratulations on that. What do you reckon about the rest of today?
I reckon it's still pumping. We've just been watching it, waiting here, and we've seen 3 in a row, so I reckon it'll be good all day, hopefully, if the wind holds off.
Well, let's pray the wind holds off. Congratulations. Do a little shout out to the breakball boys.
Yeah, all the breakball boys, just a B-wall, and everyone watching. Thanks.
Congratulations. Back to you guys.
Ciao.
Oh, thanks, guys. Great little sign. I don't know what that was. Good on you, Jonesy. That was awesome. Yeah, Paul Macquarie's a bit of a kind of tight-knit little crew up there. They all back each other, and it's a extremely high-performance kind of little area. You've seen Michael Eppelstein. Oh, hang on, just wait. We'll go back to this in a second. We got White paddling. Chase O Leary pulling back, deciding to give that a miss. Probably, what do you reckon, Manny?
That's a tough call. I mean, we've seen a few riders throughout the day taking a look and pulling back. I don't know if it's, if they see something we don't from their angle, but he pulled back on that one. We're going to take a look at what we missed during the interview. So check this out, the reflex replay.
Oh, Lewy Finnegan taking off. Nice bottom turn, not catching any edges. Look at that. That is beautiful little wave. Probably a nice spit and a nice roll. Yeah, look at that. That's a great scoring wave. That is a really nice scoring wave. And what did he get for that? He got a 7.13. Is that the score he got for that? That's really nice. And then we had Chase O Leary in the wave after. He gets a little bit deeper. Better tube ride, but unfortunately didn't come out with an El Rolo. But the judges decided to score it a little bit better at a 7.58 as a result of, I guess, of being a little bit deeper and more challenging kind of line that he drew.
If there's going to be a heat to watch, ladies and gentlemen, this could be one of those heats. It is top 2 riders advancing on. One of these guys is not going to advance. Jeff Hubbard, Mark McCarthy, Mitch Rollins. Unbelievable. Ben Player, your thoughts?
That is right there. That's a final, guys. Hang on. We just got to cut to J-Rom. Nice little tube line. Well done,
Nice.
Jake. That was a really nice tube. That was quite hard tube to make. Judges are probably going to like that, but it wasn't a set wave, so he will get scored a little bit lower because the judges really love those set waves. So going back to that heat, Manny. Oh my God.
Yes.
OMG, as I say on Facebook. It's that's pretty wild. I mean, all those guys totally ripped. Mark McCarthy. Oh, here we go. Nice little water angle of red. Jacob Romero. See, look at that. That's a beautiful line. Just waiting for the shockwave to push him up, and then he pushes back over it right there, and coming out of it. See, that's exactly how you want to ride it. If you go too high on that first bit, the shockwave will push you into the lip, and therefore you won't be able to pass. But he rode that perfectly, so that's great. Yeah, so going back to those guys again, I mean, Jeff, we don't need to explain anything about Jeff. He totally rips. Mark totally rips. And who's the other guy? Mitch Rawlins totally rips. All those guys totally rip. And that's the crazy thing about these round threes. Here we got Lewy Finnegan paddling. He's got a nice bunch of momentum there. He's pushing down it. He's probably going to look for a nice move out of it, I'd say. Well done, Lewy. Well executed. That was really nice. Good job, brother. Oh, he's going to milk it. He's going for the extra 2 points.
Well, he's doing a great job holding the Grom flag high here at the Box Pro, 2012 Box Pro. Lewy Finnegan in the blue jersey representing, taking another look from the slicksanddex.com water angle. So your thoughts on this kid right here?
Yeah, so Lewy is like right at the peak of all the performance for this next generation of Groms coming through. There's so many good guys. I mean, in Hawaii, just the last event we were there. Hang on, we got Chase paddling. Nice little short one. He's probably going to look for a nice boost off this, I dare say.
Oh, right there.
Right there. Oh, Chase. All of that break wall practice not coming through for you, mate. That's a shame. Unlucky, buddy. That was a nice little rotation, perfectly executed. But
what happened on that bounce? I mean, he bounced, and did he just...
Yeah, the problem is, like Dallas said in that last heat, it's just dead water in there. And it's really hard to handle stuff. And unless you handle it perfectly, you're not going to be able to keep your momentum going through that section. So if you land too hard, if you try and go too big on your flips, you land out in the flats, you'll get bumped off and you won't be able to pass on it. Which we see him kind of going, oh, hang on, this is Lewy, is it? I didn't see Lewy. Yeah, Lewy, nice little spinning wave. Yay. It's a fun wave to surf, isn't it? Like, I mean, look at that, hey? It's such a fun little playful wave. And here
we're taking another look at the reflex replays that we've had through this heat, and there you have where he bounced off of his board, and it looked like he lost his grip on that bounce on the landing and just lost that maneuver and wave.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Backflips are one of the harder moves to land because you do bounce really hard sometimes, and it's a flat bounce too. It's not like where you're doing an invert or an air 360 and you're on a slight angle. You land flat when you land those things, and if you don't have a little curve of the wave underneath you or a bunch of foam underneath you, it's really hard to handle it. And like so many times I've been in a competition, you land right in that little kind of dead zone there, and you lose your hands, like your hands come off, and you're just scratching to kind of stay on. And sometimes it pushes you on, and sometimes it doesn't. It's very hard to do.
All right, we do throw out questions for the riders out who are sitting in the hot seat. I asked the Facebook fans that are watching right now in a separate window, because they have one window watching the live feed. They have a separate window open with the IBA World Tour Facebook page open. Throwing out a question. Here's a question from Myron. Myron says, what's your favorite maneuver and why? From Aruba.
Oh, g'day, Princess of Aruba. I dare say my favourite maneuver would be one of the rotation airs, like a reverse air or 360 air. I really get excited about those because not only is it an air, but you're doing something else in the air. They're probably, and technically they're pretty hard to do. You need a pretty rare wave to be able to do a lot of those moves. And what was the second part of that question, or did I answer it?
You answered it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I really like that. I think everyone kind of digs those kind of rotation moves, and I dare say in the next couple of years you're going to see a lot of double rotations of that kind of coming out. With the level of performance in these IBA events is so high that people are going to have to start actually kind of like pushing it further and further. Like backflips just don't cut it anymore. I mean, everyone can do them, and we've seen like such a abundance of them here that people are going to have to start doing other things out of those sections in order to be better than the rest.
Well, on that note, what kind of maneuvers do you see happening? I mean, we've already seen, I don't know what is confirmed, but the Angry Jagged, the Gainer, these other flips, these new moves that are coming into play. What kind of maneuvers do you see, specifically?
Yeah, Joe Clark there's been working on a couple of new moves. No. I see personally, moves like double rotations and stuff. Like guys have already kind of been trying them. Ryan's been trying double air forwards for quite some time. Everyone's been, trying to do double air reverses, like 720 rotation air reverse, and that's one of the harder moves. Like, there's like a handful of guys that have actually succeeded in doing those. It's quite a technical move to do. You need the best section, you need a perfect rotation, everything. But as guys' performance gets better and higher, like people are going to be able to do that kind of thing more and more. And like I said, like the tour is so competitive that that's kind of the level that we need to start pushing it to. I mean, there's some amazing riders now. Like everyone is capable of winning a World Tour event, and you can't. What have you got here?
I hate to stop you in your tracks, but this is what happened to Joe Clark this morning on the way to the box. I don't know where it happened exactly, but Winnie brought it up, and I could not believe it when I saw the photo. But that right there is what happens when you hit a kangaroo.
Yep, boing, boing, boing.
Yeah, and apparently the kangaroo didn't get hurt. Walked away and bounced out of there.
They're tough little buggers, I tell you. They're really tough. And they're dangerous too. They actually like to kick you. But that happens a lot down here in the southwest. There's kangaroos everywhere. And driving early in the morning and late at night is when they typically come out and they're most active, going for a feed or something like that, or trying to get some water. And they're everywhere, and they don't look for cars. They don't know about cars or anything like that. So they're just jumping across the road wherever they can. And you could be going 80, 100 k's an hour, and boing, 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 right in front of you, and you collect the poor little thing. But luckily, that kangaroo did that to the car, got tumbled, and bounced off into the bush. Probably survived. Like I said, they're tough little buggers. But
I want to know who's going to pay for that. Is that a rental?
Yep, Joe Clark, $1,500 of excess.
Well, at least he didn't get hurt. I mean, money is worth whatever, just as long as you don't have to
here we
end
go,
up in the
J-Rom
hospital.
taking off.
Jacob Romero dropping in, slides under the lip right here, trying to look for a lip maneuver. There was not much big barrel for him right there, but goes for a flip.
Nice, Mr. Flippy on Mr. Lippy. That was very nice. That was good. J-Rom is really good at flips and air reverses out of the bowl and stuff. He's local is a lot of the waves in Maui, like Honolulu Bay and the harbour and stuff like that there, where gets practice all the time in these kind of waves. So I am kind of a little bit scared if I had to go up against J-Rom in these waves, because he is really good on rights. I saw some photos of him recently surfing Shark Island, which is a devilish kind of wave down in Cronulla that is feared by every single top rider. And he's doing air reverses out of the end section, which is completely dry. It's kind of nuts. Like, I guess I've been surfing that place now for like 5 or 10 years, and I still fear it, and he's doing that. Makes me feel like a bit of a kook. And here we go. Chase O'Leary taking off. Nice bottom turn. Good leg drag. That was great. He did so well to get into that thing. That was amazing. Technically, that was a very, very complicated thing to do. I don't think the judges will award it what it should be awarded, because it was a small wave, short, and all that stuff. But, my hat goes off to you, Chase, for doing that. Well done. Yeah, so this heat now, we got Jacob Romero in first place. He's leading by 0.66. He's got a 7.03 and a 6.83, which is a pretty good score thus far. And that last wave, here we go, Chase O'Leary's last wave.
Tell us why it was so difficult to pull this off. I mean, we see it, but give the viewers the inside.
Did you see how close the lip actually came to his head? And he's still going straight at that point. Like, the easy option is to just turn and get into that barrel, but he's using his full leg weight to try and slow him down, and he's got that amount of confidence in his leg stall technique that he can slow down before the lip hits him. And that front bit of the lip right there, that is actually the most dangerous point that you can be. Like, ask any of the top guys and they'll say that's a bit I try and avoid. Like, taking off at the top of a wave and being underneath that, or being duck diving in front of that, or any kind of point near that, because essentially the power of that lip, you're at the forefront of that, and that lip's going to go straight bang into the reef, and you're going to be underneath it. You're going to be between the reef and the lip. And that's the most dangerous place that you can be, totally. And whenever I've gotten hurt, it's kind of because a mistake's happened or something like that, and you've been in that kind of impact area. You know what I mean? Yes. So, yeah, that's technically really hard to do. So, going back to the scores anyway, J-Rom got a 4 for that little flip recently. Again, like, it was probably a bit too small and a bit too short for a really good score. And Chase O'Leary got a 3.65 for his little barrel. Probably wasn't big enough, and for the same reasons as what Jacob didn't get the heat. And then we've got Lewy Finnegan. Chase O'Leary needs a 6.16 to get to first, but first and second are actually going to advance out of this round, so he's in a pretty good position. Then we've got Lewy Finnegan in third, who needs a 6.08, which to get into second place, which is a very achievable score. He's a great little rider, and for the viewers out there, that's pretty much just like a little. What are we talking about here? We're talking about a beautiful little slicks and decks
tell people, oh, that was a great view. We wanted to point out where
Sorry,
exactly
guys.
the box was. I mean, if you watch the headland, as these guys too paddling out, Jeff Hubbard in red, Mark McCarthy in white, from the slicks and decks, water angle, paddling out to the channel, getting ready for the next heat. They will be joined by Mitch Rollins, who will be in the blue jersey. But the box, how far is it from the shore, and why is it so shallow? What makes it the box?
Well, this area here is you got a lot of granite and a lot of limestone. I was talking about it with my old man, who's right into geology. But yeah, it's pretty rare kind of makeup of land where they got a limestone kind of point that would have once been out to that area, and it's gotten worn away over the years, and now it's just left this perfect little fingertip end point to it where the box actually breaks, and it's jagged as it's really sharp. It's quite a dangerous bottom, but it's one hell of a ride. You get these kind of wedges and a lot kind of happening out there, a lot of variables which a lot of reef bikes don't have. Here we got Lewy Finnegan, who's looking for a 6.08 to be able to advance. That's a nice little section, good section. Lewy Finnegan, well done, brother.
Oh,
That was great, mate. Well done. He could come very close to getting that score. That was very smart. We've got Chase O Leary taking off. Nice little barrel coming over the shockwave. Pretty short. Judges typically don't like that because they want a nice big move as well. And that was a good little exchange right there. And watch Lewy and Chase. They're both paddling their asses off to get back out there to get priority, because this is what all comes down to. If Lewy got the score on that wave and he gets back out there before Chase, J-Rom's going to be taking off on this one. That's a nice one. Look at that. There's a lot happening there. J-Rom, nice barrel. Come on, buddy. Yeah. Well done, bud. Woo. Hey, a little complimentary old Rollo for the boys. Yeah, see, if we can go back to, I'd really like to go back to who got priority on that, because whoever got priority then will probably make the heat. If Chase managed to get out there before Lewy and he's got priority, then he's got the next wave up his sleeve, and he's got 3 minutes, 3.25 minutes to be able to get that. And I dare say Lewy Finnegan would have got the 6.8, so he's probably in second place at the time being. The scores haven't come through yet to confirm that, but it's very, very tight. And this is when it gets kind of tactical. Towards the end of the heat, like Dallas was saying, is when you start seeing the crazy stuff go down, because guys need a score and they're going to go for it even bigger and bigger. Here we got Lewy Finnegan driving down a nice clean section.
wow.
Beautiful backflip. That was great. That's easily a 6.8. Sorry, Chase. But we're still waiting for the scores to come through. Hasn't refreshed yet, and here's Chase's barrel. Nice line through it. Good shocky ride. It would feel great to ride, but unfortunately I don't think it's what the judge is kind of looking for right now. And then J-Rom with that pit. Look at that pit. That's a nice line, nice and deep, pushing through that section. And that's right. That's what you call wow factor. He didn't really think he was going to be able to come out, and he wowed us and came through that and pushed through the foam, which is great. So have the scores come through for that last exchange right now? I don't think they have. So waiting for the scores to come through, but this is shaping up to be a very exciting end of heat, as they always are. And going into the next heat, we got, here we go, 5.88 for Lewy Finnegan. Wasn't enough. He needed a 6.08. Sorry, mate, for getting your hopes up. Lucky you can't hear me. And so the exchange is the same as what it was. And it looks to me like Chase has probably got first priority. That's the reason why he's sitting in that inside position. And J-Rom's in third and Lewy's in second priority. So it's looking pretty comfortable now for Chase, because essentially what he can do is block Lewy from getting any further waves by taking off on the next best wave. Unless there's going to be 2 set waves in the next minute and 40, I'd say it's pretty much close to sewn up. And like I said, this is when it gets kind of tactical. And knowledge of the reef too. So Chase has to look at every wave like, is that a potential? Is that a potential 6.08 for Lewy Finnegan? And know the reef well enough, know the guy's talent, and that's how you kind of gauge it. So Lewy, here we go on a nice little inside one. He's looking for a 6.08. He's going to have to go pretty big. Oh, it's a beautiful flip. It's really nice, but unfortunately, I don't think it's a 6.08. They only rewarded that last score of his a 5.88. But who knows? I'm not a judge. But my hat goes off to those guys. Oh, man, it'll be a tough job being a judge, wouldn't it, hey?
That would be the hardest job, I think, for, everybody behind the scenes, but everybody's got a tough job. But the judges have to keep their eyes on the water and focus the entire time. Another reflex replay.
So we got Lewy driving down the section, looking for a nice little flip. Just a bit too much lip for him to get through, which slowed him up on the height of the flip and how much speed he could get going through that. And I think there might have been another exchange in the meantime. no, Chase didn't end up going it, neither did J-Rom, so that both opted not to go it, which is wise too, because now those got first and second priority. Louis in third priority for wave selection, which means, you know, it looks like it's pretty sewn up. So we've got 20 seconds to go, counting down. It's coming to a closure, guys. You know, I'm not really going for anyone in particular. I just want to see some amazing wave riding, but I do feel a little bit sorry for Louis. Hang on. What have we got here?
Standing by. We're waiting for the scores to keep filing down the pipeline.
Here we go.
Are waiting for the last final scores to come down. And so nothing is set. And this could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. On your screen.
There we go. Louis got the score.
Oh, Lewy Finnegan pulling out what he needed to do in the last couple minutes of that heat. And yes, unfortunately for Chase O'Leary,